Boom! It's Friday. It's that time of the week. It's the wrap up. And we're here for celebrating the end of our week. Dads, mums, Martians, everyone, you're welcome. Let's do this.
Welcome to Team Super Dad. Real dads creating their best lives ever. More time, more money, more fun. You are not alone. You're on Team Super Dad.
Hey, welcome. It is that time of the week again, the end of the week, which can only mean the wrap up is here. Glen, aka a dating dad, and myself representing all of Team Super Dad. I'm Johnny Jensen. It's good to see you all. Glen, how's it going?
Oh, it's good. I love the fact you mentioned the Martians, because obviously we've got the new Martian lander. Mars is the only planet in the known universe to be inhabited solely by robots, and I'm a massive geek, and I fucking love it. I love that we've got another robot on Mars.
Do you know what? We haven't actually spoken about this, but it has occurred to me in a Seinfeld-esque way, like just this random sort of situational humor where, like, we, the humans, billions of miles away or however exactly far we are, we keep sending these little, like, I think there's loads of people on Mars, yeah, and they go like, it's going to arrive in 2 days' time, and everyone's like, oh yeah, what are they going to send this time? And then they're just laughing as this
shitty remote
paper
control
aeroplane drops in from the atmosphere, and then, oh, it's crashed. Yeah, they got like bookies are betting on it. Is it going to land? Is it going to crash? They're Martians that absolutely love us. They think we're hilarious.
It's like Big Brother.
Yeah. Look at this cute. Oh, they've sent a buggy this time. It's got a camera on the front, like dropping like crumbs in front.
The thing is, what I think we really need to do is just, instead of sending all these like really multi-million-pound kind of exploratory vehicles, just take something from Robot Wars and take that up there.
Yeah.
Let it just land there, fuck shit up. And then they'll know who the real masters of the solar system are.
Sir Lancelot, chucking in Lancelot, dropping him down.
Yeah. Was it Lance? Was it Lancelot? I know you, because there was the one which was kind of, it had a lance with a kind of the jaws of death from
house robots. We're talking house robots here, right?
Yeah, house robots.
There are 5 house robots. And Sir Kill-A-Lot. Kill-A-Lot. He's the daddy. Kill-A-Lot. Yeah.
Yeah, so Kill-A-Lot. Matilda.
Oh, he's got two.
Sergeant Death.
Sergeant Bash. Sorry, can't give you that one.
Bash. Yeah. And then there was the one with the jaws that kind of went like that.
Doom, 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 doom. Dead Metal. Sergeant Bash. Mr. Psycho. Growler.
Oh yeah, no.
Who came up with Growler? Someone, that was the T-boy. He goes, call one of them Growler. Which is basically Scouse for Fanny, basically.
I love that you explained that, though. I love that you took the time to just explain the joke for non-British listeners.
Non-British listeners, yeah, okay, right. She had a nice Growler. Cassius Chrome. I never even heard of that one.
Shit. It looked like some sort of weird porn robot. This ram that used to ram out like that. It was shit. It looked like it looked like it was trying to fist the other robot. It's not right.
Okay, so clearly Growler and Cassius Chrome was just like the apprentice engineer who was on work experience. Well, what a lovely way to start the show. Love Robot Wars. Still going strong, actually.
It was one of the best things from the 90s. But in a minute, I want to talk to you about some other great things from the 90s, but not until I found out how your week was.
Well, Glenn, pretty random. Obviously, gone from Valentine's, because this whole Easter moving thing, right? You don't always get Valentine's Day and Pancake Day together. Easter's linked. Easter's linked to Pancake Day.
Is it?
Yeah. You get the start of Lent, like 40 days. Jesus wandered in the wilderness for 40 days, 40 nights. That's why.
Wait, attached to Pancake Day?
I think so, yeah. That's when the start of Lent.
Oh, mate, I know. I was doing this for comic effects in terms of layering shit up, you know.
Oh, okay. The rampant commercialism of anything that you can make money off of, you know, woe betide it's got any religious links. Yeah. Okay. So we covered that off. And my obliviousness to humor, it's about as good as my gaydar. There we go. So, so I had a walking date on Sunday, which
a walking
date.
as in a romantic date.
Well, yeah, you know, early stages, like level one.
Yeah,
level
but
one.
the intention was to have a romantic date, to have a walk through the woods and see if there was wood.
True. I want, you know, and yes, you're right, because if there was an intention to leave a good impression, then that was intending to leave a good impression. And it was snowy.
That sounds romantic. That sounds delightful.
It was very who's the black-haired bloke who does the romantic movies, the British guy.
Ben Dover.
No, the Toff guy. The Toff is, you know, like, oh, I forgot his name.
Lawrence Llewellyn Bowen.
No, looks like him, but not him. That's the guy. He's in 3 Weddings and a Funeral, and what's he called? Hugh
Grant.
Hugh Grant, thank you. You're just letting me squirm.
Yeah, absolutely. That's how I roll.
Look, I'm trying to. The good thing is that it's warding off early stage dementia, I'm sure. So Hugh Grant, it was quite a Hugh Grant mode. Like it was crisp, sunny winter morning. There was still snow on the ground. It was chilly as hell, and so there we were. Yeah, went for a walk in the and she had a dog and it was brilliant. It did this massive turn right.
She carry a shit around with her for the entire time.
No, she there was a conversation about what we're going to do. Well, I say we because I weren't carrying it. That's my chivalry has a limit, right? As we discussed last week, you know, the size of a dog is that I'm willing to have is directly proportional to whether its poo is bigger than mine. So the dog stopped in the middle of the Chilston Park, right? It's beautiful country manor. People have weddings there and you know 50ths, and it's set in its own grounds in the countryside in Lenham. Beautiful. So obviously they can't do jack shit at the moment because it's all locked down, but they are doing bacon sarnies and cuppers, and then you can walk the grounds with said bacon sarnie and cuppa. Okay. And so the dog, right in the middle of this driveway that runs up to this country mansion, the dog just squats down and just like,
oh, God.
It was cracking me up because you know what I'm like. I got this like flipping double story goes on in my life. There's what I see out my eyes and there's what I see in my head, right? So inside I'm just cracking up. I'm just absolutely cracking up, and it's turning it out like a Mr. Whippy.
All I can see is pictures of this Jurassic Park sized turd, and you just putting an arm inside it. Have some sort of weird shit inside.
For comedy value, it's pretty much like that. So then she's picking it up, and so she styled it out pretty well. She's pretty cool. I know her from school actually. She's pretty cool. Good proper Kent girl. You know, she's got a proper Kent accent, and.
All Kent girls. There's a phrase for it, in like a maiden of Kent or a lady of Kent or something.
Oh, I've heard some worse ones than that.
Yeah, I mean, we should definitely call them worse. But if they're true to their name, then you know what? I'll happily provide you with my number and my email address, and let's meet up.
No, in Maidstone, by the way, if you live one side of the river, you're a Maidstonian. And if you live the other side of the river, you're a maid something else. There's 2 different types of Maidstonians depending on what side of the river. Yeah.
No, that's news to me.
No, well, I'd just get my uncle to tell me because I don't know enough about it. But plus, it's not that interesting.
When he told you this in the first place.
Yeah, it could have been a lie. Yeah, we know how gullible I am. Oh, do you like the new headphones? By the way, look at this for the people watching on the live.
What headphones?
The giveaway, the cables, the giveaway. No, I've got like monitor headphones because I got fed up wearing those big cans. In fact, whilst we're doing this, before we get on, right, seeing as we've got some people watching, listening, tune in. Basically, the live comments are on. If you go to streamyard.com/, go to Facebook, streamyard.com/Facebook, you get like the authorized thing, and you can bring up your face and make a comment at Glenn and I. You can say something nice, you can take the piss, you can do whatever. And if you're watching, share, replay, like, spread the word. Like, don't be a stingy, meanie bastard. And then if you're on the podcast, well, good to have you back. Hope we're coming out nice and clear because I do a bit of optimization afterwards. But yeah, get on over to Apple Podcasts.
You're telling me you make my voice sound better.
Yeah, you go all Barry White. Yeah. I just chop the tops off and so people get a nice constant through there. But please, if you're on the podcast, then share it, give us a review, and definitely subscribe wherever you are. YouTube, Facebook. Give us a subscribe. Bump up the number. Let's go. So, where were we? Oh yeah, headphones. Yeah, got rid of the cans. Got these like monitor headphones, so it looks better, which is all about. It's all important. It's all about how you look. Yeah, except to our podcast listeners. But yeah, so we're on the walk. Walk was good. It was just nice. It was nice. Crispy and crispy. Yeah.
I mean, I want to interrogate you massively on this, but do you think there's going to be like an extra date going on? Do you think you're going to have like a second or a third date? We've chatted on the phone this week. Yeah, and I'm pretty certain there's going to be another date. I couldn't say as to how far that's going to go. Hello, I think we got love in the air here. I think I'm going to buy a hat. Listen, we know all about that. Proposed 6 weeks after the first. My one and only marriage. My dad has notched up 4. Although I guess he didn't knock up 4. He knocked up 3 of them. But no, I'm not gonna. I can't be talking about hats, but I can be talking about second dates, definitely. Yeah, and from your side of things, you think it's a goer? Not it as in her, but as in the romantic kind of environment.
No. I think speaking more generally, it's weird, isn't it? You're kind of like trying to. I mean, I could never imagine going out for dinner and getting dressed and putting a jacket on and like being like all Del Boy and going out. But I can't imagine that because my dating history. I've never been a really good dater. When we were at uni one time, I asked this girl out, and let's call her Louise because her name was Louise. And so there wasn't. I went to Stafford University where the ratio to blokes to women was something like 15-1. Okay, so you had to be picky. You couldn't be too picky, but also you couldn't fuck it up either. So
wait. Let me back up here. 15-1 in what direction? Because that sounded like 15 guys to 1 woman.
Yeah. It wasn't like Nottingham. It wasn't like Nottingham University. This was Staffordshire University in Stafford.
You're telling me I need to move to Nottingham?
That's like common knowledge. That's where all the nursing colleges are in Nottingham. They've got this insane ratio of women to men in Nottingham.
Why has nobody told me this shit?
Did you never go? Well, I went to university in Stafford, so it's kind of getting up towards Nottingham way. So people were like, no, not. Oh, well. Nottingham's where you got to go, they used to say. It's all not only is there like this ratio of women, but they're nurses as well. Where did when I was at uni, it was like, oh yeah, nurses, all nurses.
Yeah, but the thing is with nurses, every single nurse I've ever met has just been, you know what? We're really tired. We work really hard and really long hours, and then we just want to go to sleep.
Do you want to hear a really random nurse story, right? So I played rugby in the first year at university, which my Scouse mates took the piss out of me hilariously for because I'd have to go obviously to training and then go to rugby and stuff. So we'd all be stoned. They'd be waving joints out the window at me as I trudged off to training. And then after training, the rugby lads used to go out and get horrendously pissed. So I would stumble in blind drunk. Anyway, so during a rugby match one day, I got my finger broken. So off I go to the hospital and I'm sat there in the X-ray bit, and this woman who's a nurse, right? She comes in, and so we're sat in the waiting room, and it was like a sketch out of flipping whatever Harry Enfield or something. So we're sat there, and then right, all it stinks, right? It stinks of cheesy feet. Right? So we're just really ignoring this whole thing, right? And I've said hello because I'm generally quite friendly like that, right? So after about it wasn't the whole time we were there, but it was enough of a time. And she goes, I'm really sorry, my feet stink.
Oh, you don't want to hear. I mean, there are more romantic things to hear, I gotta say.
Oh man, I wish I knew what I said. I don't imagine I'd have said no. They don't. I probably would have said it's all right. It's all right. yes, they do, but it's okay. Okay. Random nurse in Stafford with the cheesy feet. If you're listening, get in touch. It'd be good to find out how your feet are these days. So this is like a Ronnie Corbett story, isn't it? Back to this week. So we had a nice day. I think we're going to see each other again.
Okay.
Where I'm at with all these things is I would really like to just hang out with some women. Like I'd like to. So in terms of any kind of walking date or someone I might go out on a date with, if they're a laugh and I didn't fancy them, I kind of want to say, is like, can we be mates? Because I really could, like, I really want more female
I tell you
friends.
what, almost. I was chatting with someone online because they were trying to claim that every single close person that's in your life is someone that you knew in your formative years. Now, technically, the formative years are between 0 to 8 years old. They were then trying to claim that actually, no, that's up into your 20s. But most of the people that I'm close to, actually, I've met in the last 4 years since I've been single. And a decent proportion of those I've met through dating or being around people who have been dating. And so you can meet some incredibly close friends through kind of romance and dating and relationships and those sort of things that you never knew when you were sort of 15, 20 years old and spotty and didn't know what you were talking about.
Well, Glenn, I don't wish to make you feel awesome or nothing, but I said to someone this week, I was like, Glenn's a good player. Glenn's a lot of fun. I said, I'm going to end up mates with Glenn. I said, literally, this is the first. No, I've said this is the first mate I've met in genuinely. I don't think I've made a friend in definitely 10 years.
Oh, mate, you're an awesome person. You don't need to be worrying about.
It's not little violin time, but I'm just saying with the shit that's gone on,
people should want to be a friend.
I know, but we got into this whole church thing and
church thing. Yeah, I've got no time for that.
No, but then when we met and let me fit 2000. Yeah, because when her and I met on a course at Landmark Education, so I met a bunch of friends through a bunch of different Landmark courses that I went on, and I would still count some of those people as friends. Then we met, and it was cool. So I did meet her friends, but clearly I'm not friends with any of them anymore. Then we just had drama personified for 10 years. And so yeah, I'm looking forward. What you just said is brilliant news in terms of people in a sort of a dating situation, meeting new people, becoming new friends and stuff.
Oh, it is so different. And also because you don't have to live off of your previous life. So I've obviously got friends from when I was young and so on, but they knew me from when I was in my late teens, early 20s. I'm a different person. I want to say, I'm sitting there thinking, I'm a better person now. I don't know if I'm better, but I'm different now than when I was back then. And so this is the person I am. And this is the person that if someone wants to be friends with me, they're going to have to get to know and like that person. And that's not always going to be the person that you knew 20 years ago who knew you as some sort of spotty teenager. So I think you can definitely make really good friends later in life than you expect. So yeah, absolutely.
Okay. But how in a relationship? How if you're like it was in my marriage, you're gonna meet her mates, she's gonna meet your mates, then you're gonna go have babies.
Because you need different mates. Absolutely. One thing I was so passionate about, and yes, it bit me in the arse because she went off and had an affair with one of them. But I was so absolutely passionate about my ex having friends in her life that weren't our friends, that weren't my friends. I wanted her to have friends of her own so that she could then bring stories back and go and have fun with them and then tell me about them. And then maybe I'd know them, but actually they wouldn't be my friends. They'd be her friends. Yeah. I wanted her to have her own life around kind of other people. So you'd have stuff to talk about, because how can you have a relationship if you're just talking about the same things that each of you already knows about? I wanted to bring shit. And it didn't help that, she went off and fucked a teenager. That would hurt me. If it was
Go Brockmire on me.
what I'm saying is the theory was solid. That in practice, that with her, it needed some tweaking. But the theory behind my mindset, my rationale, I think that was solid.
No, I agree. I think that's totally solid. I've been doing the Team Super Dad. I've had a challenge this week for Happy and Focused Dad Challenge.
Isn't it?
Well, inside of Team Super Dad, there is the 5 principles of focus, fitness, family, finance, and fun. But this week and this week in the Happy and Focused Challenge, it's been geared around those things. But day one was goals and ambitions and potential. Day 2 was habits and routine. Day 3 was something called the Superpowers Matrix, where you tap into like basically your skills, your passions, your commitments, your values, and your weaknesses. Day 4 was rock solid relationships, and day 5 today was have more fun. So
hey, fun is my happy place.
Yeah, well, that's what I said today. Today's my favorite day. Have more fun. Like, I still got the notes in front of me from the day, basically.
I
didn't get that. Could you try again?
What? Shut up, Siri.
Siri's just outed you on your desire for fun. She's like, no, Glenn, you're boring.
I didn't get that. No, you didn't. You didn't have fun, did you? Fuck you, Siri. Fuck you.
I have no record of you having fun, Glenn. No, so it's brilliant. So yeah, day 5 was the fun thing. But inside of that relationship stuff, I said day 4 was like rock solid relationships, and there's a whole combination of things there of communication and trust but also like do new things. Don't be jealous. Don't tie people down like. It says in terms of the relationship things, on the shoulder of giants, standing on the shoulder of giants. So you want your kids to be like, boom. I give my kids that elevation. And the same for my wife. She may disagree, I don't know, but I think that's a message for everyone in a relationship: is you want to be the wings upon which they soar. So yeah, go out, have a laugh. I don't want you to flipping be stuck here. Blimey. I've been outing people as well this week on ironing shirts. I was like, it's been kind of like,
I love a well-ironed shirt. I've got no time for people who don't take pride in their appearance.
I know. But I've been saying, if you're some bloke who expects his shirts to be ironed, then get a grip.
Fuck off. Iron your own fucking shirts. Man the fuck up. Oh, no, I'm totally with you.
I did put a caveat in there. I said, if like play to your strengths. I said, if she hates washing the bath, she hates cleaning the bathroom, and she doesn't mind ironing, then you clean the bathroom and she does the iron. I mean, that's a good deal, basically. That's a good deal. But I was basically,
in terms of parity, yes, but every man needs to be able to know how to iron a shirt. I've been teaching
totally
how to iron their own shit, because I want all of my kids to be like the kind of pink job, blue job sort of shit, which I absolutely fight against. But I want my boys to know how to iron their own shirts, and I want my girls to know how to put up a shelf. But they've all got to know everything, because I want all of my kids to be self-sufficient, because that's what you don't want to rely on anyone for anything. But if people bring things to the relationship, great, that's fine. But no, own your own stuff.
Yeah, totally. That sense of independence, and also not leaving someone with a sense that they're like that you're flipping dependent on them, hanging on to their back. Like, no, we want to lift people in relationships, because Glenn and I know about the other side of this, is lift each other up. Have a laugh, celebrate, like just keep the thing fresh and alive. Don't drag each other down. Blimey.
Oh no, I totally agree. And be that lifting spirit. My ex used to self-describe herself as the anchor that would hold me down so I didn't fly away. Actually, what men want is someone to fly along with them. Sometimes in front, sometimes behind, sometimes above, below, around, all that sort of thing. But to be flying on a journey, not holding us back to say, you know what, if you really tried, you'd be going in this direction, and you know what, let's just bring you back down to earth. No, let's fly, motherfuckers. Let's fly.
Yeah, and I think there is a bunch of people out there who have that perspective on the conversations, but as we've mentioned before, so many people in single parent groups, so much it's like, why all men want is one thing, like, okay, well, anyway, they definitely do want that, but it's not the only thing they want. And the same, it's just like, oh God, we've talked about single parent groups before, but just get out. Let's find some. Well, I've got the URL for Team Supermum, and I have this vision in my mind of flipping 2 awesome groups of people, families, men and women, kids, just firewalking, barbecues, disco, DJs.
If there is a Team Supermum, then let's do some sort of summer picnic. You know, when COVID has sorted itself out, let's do a summer picnic. Yeah. And all the Team Super Dad guys, we can bring our kids. Team Supermum can bring their kids, and we can fight our kids to the death. And
it'll be like a Monty Python scene. It's going to be perfect. Starts off all friendly, and then
I'm bringing wine. I'm bringing a Sauvignon Blanc. I'll bring a Chardonnay bucket, and before you know it, then those single mums will reveal their true colours.
Yeah, in America, the whole picnic thing is a way bigger subject. Like communities come together and they have picnics. There's like you see it on Modern Family and stuff like that. But I don't know that it just happens so much. I guess we have the fair subject thing, but fairs have been taken over by crappy stalls with inflatables for £1 that they bought off Alibaba. Like it's not the same.
Oh, well, no, friends and I used to do picnics, and we used to just all bring our families and kids along, and there'd be like rounders and crap like that. But that was just because that was our friendship group. I'm telling you, we just say, right, we're going to be at Moat Park in Kent, and anyone who's local, just come down with your kids and pay us lots of money and bring your own weapons. Something like that. I'll let you work out the details, but we just say this is where we're at, and if it's just you and I and our kids, that's all it is. And if other people join in, fantastic.
Right. Well, I did actually have a Team Superdad picnic. Would have been 2 summers ago now. Would have been 2 summers ago. Yeah. In Maidstone. It's in Teeson Park by the river. Magic. So anyway. Back to pancakes, right? Well, we haven't even got onto how was your week yet. Pancake day, bit random. We have pancakes all the time. So the idea that you only have, it's like turkey. Right? You can only eat turkey on Christmas Day. What are you talking about? I can only have pancakes on pancake day. We have pancakes all the time. So it was a bit of a non-event, even though we did have pancakes. It was just, we're just having pancakes again. And we've spoken about the challenge. Been doing the challenge all week. I've done loads of work this week. It's kind of been made me realize how much work I haven't done other weeks, but that's all pretty cool as well. And obviously we had some better football experiences this week, which is good to see. And it's half term. The kids are here.
Mate, it's been hard. I felt so guilty this week. Work-wise, it's been incredible. This week I've been shortlisted for a couple of bids. I've actually won one single bid that ended up is 15% of my 3-year plan. So this is a big chunky bid that we've won. So I've had an amazing, and I've taken on half of our sales team are going to now report to me, and it's been an incredible week work-wise. But I'm sitting here where I'm sitting right now, and I'm looking up, and I can see my kids doing their thing and playing Minecraft, but it's half term.
And now they've gone back to their mums, yeah.
Guilty. Now they've gone back tonight, but until now it's been all week, and I felt so guilty because I've not booked my week off, and I've been putting in massive bids, and it's been an incredible week for work, but I've not been able to balance out with being a parent, and that's hard. That really is hard as a dad to be succeeding at work, but knowing you're failing not failing, but you're not doing all you could do as a parent. That's not easy.
I think we have to catch ourselves there, though, because a modern dad in a modern world, the amount of time we are able to spend with our kids is completely different than before, and even our own individual expectations on how much time we're going to spend with our kids is different. So I've had to say to my kids this week, look, I know that normally I spend all my time with you when you're here, but I do actually have to get stuff done. I do, because if I don't, we're not going to make any money, and this is what's got to happen. And but yeah, it wasn't too many years ago when flipping heck, and I know obviously there's some dads now still there. They wouldn't see their kids. No. So it's a measure of you as a dad that you are actually caring about it and you are getting it done. And I bet if your kids might say, oh, well, it would have been nice, but it's great to see him working and we appreciate it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and they're all happy. And if I'd have said to them, what do you want to do with your week? They would have probably chosen as many screens as they got available to them.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there thinking, if I'd taken a day or two off of work and not sat in my seat and typed and spoken, I could have taken them, and it's harder at the moment, but I could have maybe taken them to a forest or a walk or something like that. But it's hard because of COVID. I'm thinking all the things I would normally do, they just don't apply. So looking back at time hop things on Facebook, which you've done in the past, during half term, I've taken them to the V&A Museum and to Tower of London and to Hampton Court Palace and taken them for walks along the beach and taken them to here and picnics and stuff. All the things I just normally think, well, it's half term. I'm going to take time off. I'm going to make things happen. Right now, we can't do that. And so all it is that I'm doing is I'm sitting indoors. The kids are surviving. Maybe one of them will go out and take a walk to the lakes with their friends, or they might go to the park on a bike ride or something like that. But it's not stuff we're doing as a family. And so we're missing out on that time. And I feel really guilty about that. And I can't do anything about it.
Yeah. Well, I know you're not going to be the only one there. And blimey, the weeks before, it's almost like juggling it the other way because we're trying to work and homeschool. So actually the kids are probably getting more attention than the work is getting. And bizarrely, people have probably had to get more work done this week because they weren't doing homeschooling. So
yeah,
well, that could be our little serious bit for the week, Glenn. We're reaching out to dads who might be feeling bad about how much time they're spending with their kids or not. And I'll tell you what I did say just on that subject, if we're going to make it of real value in this, have more fun, because day 5 of the Team Super Dad Challenge this week was have more fun. And I said, plan it, schedule it in. You know, it's...
we all love organised fun. That's the best type of fun.
Yeah, no, I know that sounds a bit boring, right? But my point being is that if you've got a busy week, then flipping heck, put the hour in and say, right, that's the hour I'm going to play football with my boy. Mm-hmm. Well, if you don't plan it in, if your week is that busy, then at least plan it in so it absolutely happens. Yeah, cheeky bastard.
I'm totally with you. You've got to book it off and make that time. And one thing I've been saying to my teams at the moment is everyone. I mean, I'm really lucky in terms of my company gives us unlimited annual leave, which is sounds wonderful, but I'm really worried that a lot of our team are worried about taking the piss. They're worried about being seen as everyone else is working, so no one else is taking time off. So I'm not going to take time off myself. There's always so much work to do that will fill the time. And if I take a week off, then it will be even worse when I come back. And I keep saying to him, no, stop it. Take the time off. The work will always be there. Have something to look forward to. Have some time when you don't have any responsibility, whether you've got your kids or not, whether you're a full-time dad or a part-time dad or whatever. Have some time when you don't have to feel guilty about splitting your time between your kids and work, because it's just able to be just around them and just enjoy that time. Book it off, plan it, and enjoy it. You don't have to feel guilty about it at any stage.
No, and Glenn, it's almost like we planned that, because on my thing of things done this week, I'm holding up the mind map from today's session. It says plan stuff, have things to look forward to.
Because when's your next time off, Johnny?
Well, I work for myself, so I can tell you. On my birthday in May, there is a weekend booked, and we are going away caravan. Thanks to the sun, £9.50 bargains, lovely. But I'm also a little bit. It doesn't take me much to like go to the park. It doesn't, I'm pretty brutal with myself about have the kids been out today. So yesterday, Rosie was actually at a friend's, but Jago and I went to the park and played football for a couple of hours. Today, I just like, right, we're going into town. And we just went into town. We bought cakes and we wandered around with the shops different shops that were open, like Wilco's. Never been in Wilco so much. But just to make stuff happen. we're always at the beach. We're always, oh, blimey, we go I do more stuff with my kids than is probably healthy for me, but I just love it.
No, not healthy for you. Then
Healthy for my bank balance. Yeah.
Okay, no, that I totally get.
Yeah. So there we go. Anyway, back little cough. What about your week, Glenn? About your Jim lost a funny loss of taste actually, by the way. But no, how's your week been, Glenn? You told us busy. But any fun stuff happened?
Well, I don't know about fun. Work-wise, it's been fantastic. It's been really exciting. It's been one of those weeks where I've won some big bids, which have taken the pressure off me for the next few years, and I've actually brought a team in. I've hired some of the people. I've basically, when I came in, I said these are the people I want to work with and I want to poach, and we've managed to start getting those people because they are really good at what they do, and it's so nice to be able to say these are the people I want, and for our team to just say, okay, let's make that happen. So that's good. And yeah, work-wise, it's been fantastic. Personally wise, like I said, kids are when I pack them off today, they're alive. I introduced them to Trigger Happy TV as well, which was a particular win of mine. Now, this is maybe something that younger dads won't realize, but Trigger Happy TV, imagine TikTok and Vine and all the funny good things you've ever known, but that were done 20 years before you were born. That's where Trigger Happy TV is. Trigger Happy TV is one of the greatest things that came out of the 90s.
Was that Don Jolly?
Yeah, Don Jolly.
Brilliant.
And one of the things where I loved it as when I was growing up, and to introduce it to my kids, I was worried that they would look at it and think, oh, this is just older people's stuff. But they were pissing themselves laughing, and so much so that a couple of times they've been requesting, Dad, can we watch another episode of Trigger Happy TV? Can we watch another one? And seeing with
the big phone. Hello,
I'm on the mobile. Yeah, ciao. They've started doing that. They've started doing the quotes, and it's so wonderful for your kids to know that your sense of humor is translated down to your kids through upbringing as well as genetics.
No, Glenn, I'm pretty certain, because I'm thinking back in my life, age-wise, we're talking about my love of comedy and stuff. I'm pretty certain at my son's age, I was watching Blazing Saddles and enjoying it. Like it was, I dare say, not all the jokes were landed, but it's really important that we instill comedy into our kids at an early age. It's the same when they're babies. I never did the whole ga 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 to my kids. It's like, what the fuck? Like, talk to them. like so same thing now.
What you talking about with this? Come on,
get the good comedy into your kids. Like, if you want to have fun kids, show them fun stuff. What I've been thinking about Richard Pryor recently, right? So I found an old PBS documentary about the life and times of Richard Pryor. Yeah. He's widely recognized by comedians as the man, like the funniest guy ever. Like
he's definitely funny.
Yeah. Or at least in this documentary.
I won't say funniest ever, because
no, but people say
have you seen Mark Silcox or Michael McIntyre, that edgy comedian?
No, it's not. I'm not saying it's my opinion. I'm just saying when people
it's a comedian's comedian.
Yeah, comedian. They're saying people who look to emulate him, like Eddie Murphy and Chris Rock and all this, like a path bearer sort of thing. And the bloke was born in a slum, like in a brothel in some random part of Illinois. And so there's just this whole story around how he overcame adversity, and he used those trials and tribulations as the basis to be a seriously funny guy and incredibly successful, and an absolute smackhead as well.
And are we jealous?
He set fire to himself. He was freebasing cocaine and blew himself up.
But was he happy? Apparently
so, because he went on to tell lots of jokes about it, basically. But But yeah, so good. So yeah, I'm up for that. Trigger Happy TV. I'm gonna look for that. Well, funny you should mention
On
that. Actually,
Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime. Okay, good.
Watch it.
Well, last night my boy couldn't sleep. Right, couldn't sleep, and it's a load of bollocks. His whole life he's been able to sleep well. Right. So I said, he goes, "Oh, Daddy, I can't sleep." I was like, you know, when I was telling you for the last hour we were up to stop playing Fortnite. Yeah. Well, that's why. Okay. So like you can't pump yourself full of adrenaline and then go to bed. Okay. So now he's downstairs. I'm doing some work on my laptop and he's laying on the couch, like head on me. And I've got Seinfeld on in front of me. And because I've been rewatching Seinfeld because it cracks me up. And so we were watching it, and it was the episode of where they went to the Hamptons and Kramer steals the lobsters out of the sea, and George's girlfriend gets her top off and goes topless when he's not there. And it's the shrinkage episode, basically. It's the shrinkage episode.
You say this as if it's a global thing. I'm not that I dislike Seinfeld. I've just never watched it in the same sort of way. So I don't know these sort of sets. I don't know
exactly. Yeah. So if people have watched it, it's like Friends episodes. Oh, you know the one with the people talk about their favorite episodes. So, so the shrinkage one is a classic. And
so she gets her backs out.
So no, it's really funny. So George Costanza's Seinfeld's mate, and he's a bit neurotic, right? And generally stuff goes. Yeah. The big melon. No, not one with the big. That's Kramer, right? So George has got like the bowling ball head. He's the short lardy one. Yeah. So he doesn't have much luck with women. It's probably like me, right? He goes, so he's driving up to the Hamptons, which is like going out. If you live in New York, you go out to the Hamptons. It's like by the coast. It's sunny and beautiful and stuff like that. So they go, and he's in the car with his date. So as they're going up, he's got the conversation running in his mind about, right now, if I reached out and touched you, you would freak out. But later on, we're going to be in bed. That's going to be awesome, and you won't be freaking out. Right? So he's having this whole chat with him. So the episode sort of carries on. Basically, George goes to the shops, and his girlfriend, who had been sat out on the sun lounges with the rest of the friends that are there, takes her top off. Right, so she's now topless. You can't see any boobage. No, very very poor. Yeah. So sad. But so Kramer, who's the madcap one, he's like, his facial expressions are hilarious. So he's basically pulling the facial expression that I probably would if someone's random hot girlfriend suddenly went topless. Right? So Seinfeld says, we can't tell George about this because obviously George is at the shops. He's not seen her naked yet. So he says, you can't tell about this. I pictured myself so much in this situation. I was like, I was living this moment as, because it's like when you go to Ibiza or Spain and you're on the beach and there's boobs everywhere. And suddenly what would seem really odd and rare, it's like people have got masks on there. Like 6 months ago, that would have been completely like we've been flipping colonized by a different race, but now everyone's got masks on. It's fine. When you're somewhere on holiday, there's boobs everywhere. You're like, can I look? Can I not look? Is it okay? How do I feel about this? Like, of course I'm going to look. And depending on who you're with, you're going to pretend you're not looking, but you can't help but look, which was the whole thing basically. It got me thinking about toplessness.
I think a dream relationship for me would be, whether or not the woman was like actively attracted to women. I think every human being should be able to see beauty in
I'm with you.
The same gender.
Yeah.
So a woman should be able to look at, I don't know, let's just Emma Stone and see her and think, you know what, objectively, that is a beautiful woman. I mean, even if you don't know anything about her personality, she is a beautiful woman. And every man should be able to be self-secure in enough to be able to say, look at Brad Pitt. That is a beautiful man. He is a stunningly attractive physical specimen. So when you see them on the beach, if you're sitting there and you're looking over at them and your other half is looking over at them at the same time, both of you can appreciate and say, you know what? That is a damn fine man.
Yeah.
If you can't say that is a damn fine man and be okay with that, you're not secure in yourself. You
I agree.
To work on your own security.
Not like that whole, what you're looking at, like, how come you fancy him? Like, or
yeah.
Yeah.
I just think you can say someone else is attractive, and even if you say, you know what, they're attractive, and I'm attracted to them, without saying I want to do something with them.
Yeah,
And
totally.
that's a different thing. And I think as a man, you should be able to say, you know what, I know that my missus looks at Idris Elba and thinks, fuck me, that is a sexy man. And if all things were equal and I didn't have anything around, I would definitely love for him to do very, very bad things to me. However, things aren't equal. And so therefore that will remain a fantasy.
What about Rylan? Do we think Rylan's attractive?
No, look at his mate. Seriously. A man, he's lovely, but and there's always a but. You know, it's not pretty. It's not good.
For some reason, but we're back. I'm back. Rylan must be gay. Is he gay?
I don't know. I'm going to Google that.
Oh, we go. Is Rylan gay? I'm pretty sure.
I'm literally going to Google those words. Is Rylan gay? And I've Googled that, and it says he got married, husband. Yeah, he is gay.
And more than that, he's married. Okay, he's committed. Okay, he's a committed gay.
So he's married someone who looks so much like him. I mean, the man he's married is like a beefier version of him, but he's got the same sort of beard, the same sort of happy smile. I tell you what, I reckon I would be right. I mean, besides the fact I've not got the biceps that his husband has got, I'd be right up Rylan's alley.
You could be right. Right up Rylan's alley. Okay, good.
Telling you.
Well, he's successful. He's successful. You can't knock it.
I've got no qualms at all about being attracted by gay men. Some of my most obscene propositions have come from gay men. I sometimes genuinely wish I was gay because I would have a lot more sex.
Do you want to tell you my weirdest gay proposition? Right, we went to a night at the End in London, Epic Club, basically, and it was a party called the Night of 1,000 Stars. My daughter's showing me a list. It's upside down. I am going to wash my hair. Okay, cool. Well, yeah, okay, go for it. Yeah. So it was called a Night of 1,000 Stars, and when you bought your ticket, you had to tick off on the. I'm gonna bring up a picture. You had to tick off on the list which famous person you were going to go as, right? So I decided like stars in your eyes. Tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be right. So I said. Tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be Ziggy Stardust.
You?
I just decided that was going to be 1990.
I'm not saying you're not a good-looking man at all. What I am saying is, for those who aren't watching this on the live stream, I don't look at you and think David Bowie and L5.
I'm going to blow your mind. I'm going to blow your mind. Here it comes. Incoming.
Who the fuck is that androgynous beast?
And no, it's gone. So my mate went as the mask.
Up, Bo, and give the brother room. The fuse is about to go boom.
That's me.
Where did you get golden? I mean, that looks like cling film.
No, so what I did was so that outfit is that is a woman's dance outfit, right? I went to like a dance shop and I bought that, and I got a pair of platform boots as well, like beige suede platform boots. So I've got that on. So for anyone on the podcast, it literally is a completely skin tight gold suit.
Let's not underestimate the amount of skin tight that is. I mean, that looks like it's rearranging your organs. It is pushing you in places you should not be pushed in.
But the top is cropped, right? So the top is cropped. I shaved.
There's a belly involved.
Yeah, the belly button's out. It's cropped up to my midriff. then I've got my hair all sprayed, and I've got Ziggy Stardust makeup on.
What color is it sprayed?
Oh, it's like a pinky red, bright pinky red color.
I want to build a picture for people. So
Yeah,
we've got pink hair, androgynous features, and I mean, I can't even, like I say, skin tight doesn't do it justice. This is some sort of weird, sort of shrink wrapped, sort of gold, sort of body covering that is pushing you in.
Oh, there we go. We zoomed in now.
Whereas pushing you in certain places, it must therefore be pushing you out in other places.
Any surprise I didn't get propositioned multiple times by other gay, well, I'd say other gay, I'm not a gay man, but I got propositioned, 2 blokes propositioned me in the toilets at this club, right? And the thing was, I was like surprised. When I look back at the pictures now, I could see that I was, did look like I was. That was.
Mate, I'm totally straight, and I'm halfway towards propositioning you. That's mad that you did. You thought no man will proposition you there.
Plus, I had the boots on. I was like 6'2". It was a lot of fun.
You would be a total otter, otter. Maybe even bring on twink.
In this club, it was a wild night. It was a lot of fun. Can you imagine, ram-packed, everyone dressed up, but no one had the same outfit on.
Well, no one had the same outfit on as you had on. I mean, look at it.
We want one final look. There we go.
God, you look like Goldfinger's gone gay.
So there we go. A lot of fun.
Am I assuming you still, when we meet up, are you going to be wearing that outfit?
I do have it. It's in the fancy dress box. It's in the fancy dress box.
I will pay good money to charity of your choice if you come out wearing that outfit.
What, fully dressed?
Yeah.
How about the hair though?
Well,
I'd have to grow. Okay, right. I'm definitely doing that. It's like I'm Marty in Back to the Future. Like someone lays down a challenge, I'm like, yeah. Okay. I weigh the same, but I think I've got a little bit more love handly around the side probably than I did when I was 20.
You got to get that shit out. That's amazing. I love it.
Okay, we'll do that. Wow, we've done 52 minutes already, Glenn. This is epic. Got most of our list is not even done. Let's do Hot in the 90s quickly because we did touch on Seinfeld. I'm totally hotting it over. She's called Elaine in Seinfeld. Here we go. I'm going to bring her in. Literally not through the front door, but I'm going to bring her into it.
Elaine, yes, absolutely. Elaine from Seinfeld, 100%
from Seinfeld.
Without any hesitation, hot. Without any argument. There's nobody on earth who could say that Elaine from Seinfeld is not and or was not hot at any stage between now and her screen debut.
Let's get a young one up. Oh, I need to go images. She, do you know she's worth like $250 million?
She's not getting any less hot. I gotta say, I'm a gold digger.
She's fully minted. Let's see.
You're not saying she a gold digger? Whoop. I ain't messing with the bro.
There's one though. She's got a bit of cleavage there. She's got quite when they try to cover up the wrinkles with the makeup, that always looks bad. But
does it? No. She is an attractive lady. But
here we go. Here's a real one. That must be her. Oh, that's Gwyneth Paltrow. Oh, she's
Gwyneth Paltrow. Also, it doesn't matter what her vagina smells like. She's still quite attractive.
Has she got
not as attractive as Carmen Diaz. I always see them in the same sort of vein, the same sort of world. But I still probably would go on a date with her if she asked me, maybe if I didn't have anything else to do.
Sorry, just back to the aroma subject. Is this something you know about, or is this just a point of reference as to that you wouldn't put her out of bed for it? Is that what you're saying?
No. You know that Gwyneth Paltrow's got the whole thing about her candles. Like one of her candles is called "The Smell of My Vagina" or something like that.
Oh, I did not know this.
You don't want to Google what Gwyneth Paltrow smells like, my friend. It's not pretty.
Here's a young one of Julia Louise-Dreyfus. Ooh.
Yes. Hot as you like. I would absolutely be intimidated to walk up to that woman and would never ask her out on a date because she's too attractive. That's all.
Glenn, well, this is what we'll do. Given that we're both single, when lockdown's over, we'll go out on a
You're
night
out.
out. We can challenge each other to proposition absolute stunners. Okay.
But the thing is, I am a fucking goose level wingman. I will wingman the shit out of you, and you will end up chatting to the most incredible women. And when you fuck it up, it will be down to you, not me. I will happily set someone else up. It's just I'm shit at setting myself up. That's how I roll.
Okay, that's intimidating already for me to hear. My worst. Here we go. I've got so many stories. My worst experience of being set up. I worked at an engineering firm during a summer holiday at the university, and we went to Wales to do work at the Ford factory during lockdown. And so, like, there's 6 of us, like a van load basically, and all the other blokes. A van load. That's basically right. Go down to flipping Wales, South Wales, and fix a flexible flow system at the Ford factory. And we were like on flipping per diem out in Swansea. And one night, one of the blokes he was a proper Casanova. He's banging on my door like, and I'm like, what's going on? And he goes, open the door. So I open the door, and he pushed this woman into my room. Very attractive woman who was quite drunk, and I was like literally I'd been asleep, like he woke me up basically, and so I'd have been about 21, 22, something like that, and it was fully. Nothing really transpired. We kind of rolled around a bit, and it was so weird. I messed it up. Couldn't get it up. It was. I was just intimidated beyond belief. It was like I was so out of my comfort zone, basically. Regrettably, that goes down as a missed opportunity for sure.
Okay,
should be the story of all time. Instead of being like, and we went at it for 6 hours straight. But no, it was more like 45 minutes, and then she left. Hang my head in shame.
We had so much fun when we end up going out, my friend.
Yeah. So we didn't get to talk about half the things we planned about. I hope you've had a laugh, everybody.
We had so many men that I wanted to ask if you thought they were hot or not.
I would do that. We'll do it. Listen, we've already covered Ryland. You're looking pretty good today as well, Glenn. Do you know? I said I was going to pull you up on this. The other day, you were in work clothes, and it was you had like a beige jumper with a grey shirt. You just like completely like it's just like a safest, inoffensive kind of just washed out work outfit I'd ever seen in my life, basically.
Whereas now I'm basically in sexy for all those who can't see me. I'm in leather straps and stud work on the inside and just PVC underneath. That's what I'm in.
Yeah, it's frightening, definitely. But you're off out anyway. Normal Friday night outfit. So we were going to talk about raving. So we're going to catch that next time. What else were we going to talk about? We were going to talk about... Huh?
You're talking about your hamster, weren't you?
Oh, my hamster got out. Flipping, I'll let you know what happened there. People with rodent-type pets, tune in next week because we'll discuss that. I can't find my list. Here we go. Hot in the 90s. Did that. Half-term lockdown. Fun. Maybe we actually did that. Topless conversation. Seinfeld did that. Didn't do the hamster. Didn't do the rave. Didn't do the hamster. Good job. We did cover off quite a bit, Glenn. We did cover off quite a bit.
We did. We said a lot without saying anything at all, and that's sometimes the place to be.
It is. This is the wrap up. It's perfect for a cooking whilst you're cooking. It's good for a long drive. It's good for mowing the lawn. There we go.
You are really adding it up there. You're mowing the fucking lawn.
I know, but like, okay.
Oh no! I'll tell you what,
it's good for
trainers. I've got trainers that I wear especially for mowing the lawn because I don't want to fuck up my other trainers. So I'm fully dadded up in that regard.
Okay. Well, okay. If you want the yin to that, the wrap up is perfect for background sex music. If your lady will let you shag with the wrap up in the background, let us know because we want to know all about it. We want to know all about it. Glenn, good to hang out, buddy.
Oh, I loved it as always.
Yeah. So if you're listening, send us a review, subscribe on the podcast. If you're watching, like, share, get more people to the wrap up. Be good. The numbers are going through the roof, but that's another subject. I'll see you on the other side. Let's do our wingly wangly brand button video outro. Team Superdad out.
This has been Team Superdad. Find us at teamsuperdad.com. Join the program and create the best life ever for you and your children. You are not alone. You're on Team Superdad.